Or any of you checking out that fucking YNW Melly case?
It just wouldn't happen.
Who gives a shit about the submarine when the yellow dip around his body? It's a fucking homicide, guys. Like, gonna get like the 10th penalty potentially. If he fucking beats it, it's a miracle. Oh, hi there. Enough about Melly, because he didn't drop, but many artists did. Starting off with an album I missed, we're getting in there quickly. McFly's Power to Play, which came out the week before last. And I just missed it, even though I like promised myself that I wouldn't. And it's dad rock, yes, for sure. It's hella corny, and yeah.
I can give you the feeling that I gave you when I was
and it's got a weird concept, and it's like dumb as hell. Yeah, that for sure. But like, it's fun. The production's solid. The guitar sounded really nice. There were some nice solos in there, as again, dad rocky as they are. They sounded nice. It was a nice listen. It was fun, despite how like Facebooky it is, if you know what I mean. 6.6 out of 10. But I've got 4. No, I've not got. I've got more than 4. I've got way more than 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 other projects to mention. But the first one is that Lil Big Bite. Lil Big I can't speak, which isn't great for a thing where I speak for 20 minutes straight. But starting off with this Lil Big Guy shit, some guy now on TikTok. I'm keeping it separate because it's 5 minutes long. The whole thing. And yeah, I like the sampling and experimentation in the sort of witch house genre that this gives us. And there are some solid enough beats, but like, it's never been my favourite genre, and it had an absolutely rancid song in with Fucked, with like the loud, terrible everything about it.
Yeah, and he did have a regret. He said, I regret that I hurt.
Ew, it's awful. And it takes down the rest of them, which aren't good enough to like save the EP. And overall, it ends up being pretty mid, 4.7 out of 10. But there's a lot of potential. Probably way more than even on like a fucking Zell album, as much better as they are. I think that's like as good as he can sort of get, considering how cheap it sounds. But yeah, there you go. Now onto the actual album, starting off with Tom Grennan at the bottom with What Ifs and Maybes, and he sold out hard. His first 2 albums were actually solid, but this was the most boring, terrible pop you could ever imagine. The vocals were fine and all, but sometimes they had a bit too much auto-tune, and the instrumentals pretty much sucked throughout. There was the odd okay song, but there's only really one good one, Sleepin' Rough. And amongst this, the likes of How Does It Feel was rancid. That chorus is honestly one of the worst choruses I've ever heard. And yeah, one of the worst this year, and it's probably going to be the worst of the month. I don't know how the hell anything will get worse than this. Although I say that, and I'm giving it a 1, which is the same rating I currently have Without Warning by Envia Vaughn. So, and that album is actually probably worse. So, miracle. Anyway, I'm going to turn that off now because it probably sounds hella annoying, and it's annoying me now. So yeah, right. Moving on to Marshmello and Truck Killers with Mellow Killers. Yes, Marshmello is still making music, so is fucking 6ix9ine, who we'll get to later. And yeah, this wasn't it. Every song sounded the exact same and had awful production, especially on the drums. If you hear the beat drop on the first track, Soltero Soul Perigo, you'll know what I mean. And you'll also know that I am fucking shit at speaking Spanish. I'm shit at speaking English at the moment, so yeah. That's not my strong point when it comes to fucking Spanish. That song, as much as it sucked, was rinsed and repeated throughout. And aside from Popola, this album was pretty damn unbearable. Well, it's not even an album, it's an EP. What am I talking about? 1.3 out of 10. Next up is 6ix9ine. Marshmello and 6ix9ine in the same week. It's 2023! Fucking Leyenda Viva. More fucking Spanish shit. This is like a sort of Latin pop album. Maybe with a bit of like reggaeton. You know, Spanish pop basically. Bad Bunny shit. Although he's kind of moving into just a more hip-hop trap direction with that single he released about a month ago, which was actually really fucking good. What a song. I know I don't mention singles, but the newest Bad Bunny song is really good. I say that like it didn't come out like a month ago. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, you heard the name. 6ix9ine is still a thing, and he made some sort of like, as I said, reggaeton Latin pop thing with awful vocals, mid-production, and some trash instrumentals. Aside from a few okay songs towards the end, the fact he went in a new direction for him musically, there is nothing redeeming whatsoever about this album. Not like any of you are going to listen to it anyways, because you're not like me and you have a conscience and a will to live. Ah! But if you're even thinking about listening to it, just don't. Just stick to his early shit when he actually kind of had some bangers, as much as I hate to admit it. 1.6 out of 10. Next up is Kiana Lede with Grudges and Everything Ages Stunk of Scissor Clone, who is an artist that at the moment is kind of growing off me a bit. Lyrically, it had the scissor energy and how much it sucked. Instrumentally, though, she didn't have what she has in being able to pick some damn good instrumentals, as the instrumentals here were mostly mid as fuck. However, in some songs, everything did kind of work, although these were included for the most part in like a 3 or 4 song run, aside from maybe like 2 others. But yeah. Those aside, it's pretty much mid as fuck. The features, Bryson Tiller aside, were solid though. Bryson Tiller's shite. 5.8 out of 10. Next up is Gunna with A Gift and a Curse, and I actually liked this. As much as it shocked me while I was listening to it, I was enjoying a Gunna album. I listened to Drip Season 3 yesterday, and it's mid as fuck. Like, pretty much every Gunna album is fucking mid. He's one of those artists who isn't bad, he's just mid, if you know what I mean. Apart from DS Forever. DS Forever sucked. But yeah, I kind of like the mellow sound he went for, and it sounded pretty good and was certainly interesting. You can tell way more effort was put into this than, again, DS Forever was last year. There was no effort in that whatsoever. All that came from it that was worth anything was actually a pretty good meme. However, his rap and straight up isn't very good, and it shows on some tracks where he goes a bit offbeat. Lyrically, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, the beats carry for sure. The beats here were excellent. Genuinely. And this is kind of like a lot of the better Gunna albums. Like, they just have solid beats. Overall, a good album, and I hope he can build back his career after his release. But yeah, finally, Gunna releases a solid album, 6.4 out of 10. Anthony Fantano was well done. A decent one is way too harsh, especially when you have albums like Wunna as a 5, which is definitely worse than this. Next up is Hit Boy with Say 4 Drown Volume 2, which was a big step up from the first Say 4 Drown album from a few months back. The amount of straight up bad beats have depleted from maybe around 4 or 5 in the first one to maybe 2 or 3 here. Amongst this, the rapping was a lot better and the lyricism was on point with some great storytelling. I think it wasn't the first one, but like, I just wanted to point it out. Like, the lyricism was never really an issue. As I said, I just wanted to point it out. However, the beats did have a very, almost too similar feel within the sort of indie thing I was going for. And musically, just sounded the same. And yeah. And the beats sort of went from bad to mid, unfortunately. But yeah, it was still an improvement. And there was still a lot more to enjoy here. Well, hey, maybe we'll get a truly great Volume 3. 6.8 out of 10. Next up is Queens of the Stone Age with In Times New Roman, which, yeah, it's good and all, and some of the instrumentals or the orchestral shit were amazing, and some songs were, yeah, impressive as hell, musically and vocally and all that. The amount of things they experimented with were pretty sick. But the production wasn't very good. I'm sorry. And amongst this, there were a few dud songs. And this won't exactly be getting on any, like, fucking year-end lists for positive or negative. It's just, like, a solid album. If you like Queens of the Stone Age, you'll enjoy it a lot more than me. I say that like I don't enjoy Queens of the Stone Age. 7.1 out of 10, but yeah. Some people are overrating it. Next up is Mike Dimes with Texas Boy, which is a fine album in its sort of boom bap / trap / whatever field. And yeah, there were some incredible cracks. Oh my life, man. There were some incredible tracks with a brilliant Joey Badass feature in there. Not like his features are ever bad anyway. But other features disappointed a little, and some songs could have done a little bit more, and were a bit meh, bringing the score down, obviously. That Denzel Curry feature, usually Denzel Curry features grow on me a hell of a lot, and it's grown on me a bit, but like it's not his best work or anything. He's had some fire-ass features recently, to be fair, so... one on that Tally song, the one on Goated, which carried the song so fucking hard. Where are the first two to spring to mind of as being 10 times better than the one that is on here. But yeah, an inconsistent album in the end with high highs and relatively low lows, especially towards the end. To say this album ended with a whimper would be an understatement. Still good though overall, 7.2 out of 10. Next up is Killer Mike with Michael, and I've got a lot to say about this one. Mainly because I made the review straight after I listen to the album. Usually I make it a few hours after, so I have a lot less to say. Because I remember less apart from like the really striking moments. But here, there was a lot to remember. And yeah, there were some great songs lyrically and some solid features for definite. However, there were some duds mainly towards the beginning of the album, and some features such as Young Thug on Run, Black Hunt and Rich, and Future on Scientists and Engineers were straight up garbage. Also, the mixing sucked. It was either too loud or too quiet, and it just didn't really sound very good, especially on Black's aforementioned feature. Amongst this, I'm convinced some features weren't there, they were so forgettable, and most songs were really drawn out with the start and finish, which was really annoying. Furthermore, Killer Mike and Small Areas also didn't really have the best performances to me, although these moments were few and far between admittedly. Overall though, there were some great tracks, and there were some great features such as Ty Dolla $ign on 2 Days, Blast on Exit 9. Why is Blast so good at features, but also just like mid as fuck when he makes his own shit? And Erin Allen came on by far the best song of the album, Motherless. Motherless was a beautiful song with some great storytelling and lyricism. May not be the most unique thing ever, but sometimes it doesn't need to be, believe it or not. This was juxtaposed by a previous track, Talking That Shit though, which lyrically sucked. An inconsistent listen that didn't have highs as high as they could have been, and had a few low-ish lows, but still fireable. It's not even that inconsistent, it's just like in the middle more than you would have wanted, 7.3 out of 10. Next up is Asake with Work of Art, and I finally found a modern Afrobeat album that is good! Fantastic instrumentals, mostly dissing vocals that are usually not bombarded with autotune aside from a few annoying little duds. I hate when they do that. And I do like the sort of choir harmony things throughout the album. However, the way it has some duds, and whilst there were a lot of cool ideas, there weren't enough for it to feel truly unique. Great for sure, but like not amazing, but it just feels so nice to have an actually enjoyable Afrobeat album. But yeah, kind of sad that he'll probably just be remembered for that one concert where there was a crush, which is such a shame when he's got this in his repertoire. 7.4 out of 10. Next up is Forest Claudette with Everything Was Green, which is like a sort of more poppy and acoustic Frank Ocean, which isn't entirely a bad thing. The production was good, although instrumentally it was a bit meh, I guess. And nothing special. But yeah. Collection of solid songs overall, though, that may be intrigued to see what he could do full length. Has potential for sure, this guy. 7.6 out of 10. Next up is Sigur Rós with Atta, which is a beautiful album that had perfect production. The instrumentals, and for the most part vocals, were too. However, there was the odd vocal moment that didn't sound great to me, and the instrumentals, while beautiful, did sound annoyingly samey. As much as that's a common theme in ambient music, I've heard albums that don't do that are better. And some may find not really knowing what the hell the lyrics are a flaw, but like I didn't really care because I was so taken away by the fucking how beautiful it is. So yeah, that might be a flaw to some people, but not really to me. They're known for being a great band for good reason. 8.1 out of 10. And at the top is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, easily, with an album called Petrotrogonic Apocalypse, or Dawn of Eternal Light, an annihilation of planet Earth and the beginning of merciless damnation. I don't know why they named it that, but I don't know, just ask them, I guess. And the band decided to go down a metal route again, and damn does it work. It always works. Infest the Rasness was great. And yeah, incredible vocals, great guitar work, and pretty much everything about it is great, especially at its best. However, towards the middle of the album, every song seems to follow the same formula and it gets a bit annoying. But to make an album of songs with such long length this well is really impressive, considering how prolific they are. Even if some songs were a bit meh compared to the high highs of the album, such as Motor Spirit, what a song. It might actually be Song of the Year. It's incredible. 8.8 out of 10. And 15 minutes later, we're done. And after 14 albums last week, we've got a grand total of 4 this week. And I've already listened to one of them. Starting off with the big one, Young Thug is back with Business is Business, featuring Drake, Future, 21 Savage, Yak Gotti, Travis Scott twice, Drake again, Savage again, Uzi Vert, not even Lil Uzi Vert, and B-Slam and Lil Gotti, as well as Nate Royce. 15 songs, 46 minutes long. From what I've heard, it's kind of mid. 6. 6 is my prediction. Although what I will say, Pink Tape next week, woo, about fucking time. Next up is DJ Scheme with Safe House, which is going to feature Ski Master Slump God, Lil Tyler. It's a collab album between Danny Towers and DJ Scheme, by the way. It also features Babyface Ray, C Stunner, Denzel Curry, Low Shimmy, Trapland Pat, Rob Banks, OTL BZ, and that's it. 14 songs, 33 minutes long. 7. Yeah, 7. Final answer. The one I've listened to is Coi Leray with Coi, which features a song produced by David Guetta, ripping off another 80s classic and turning it into shit. It's called Make My Day. It's based off Pump Up That Jam. If you're going to listen to this album, don't even answer that song. It's terrible. I'll just reveal it now. Fuck it. I can do what I want. Saucy Santana, Giggs, Lola Brooks, James Brown, and Skillbanger also featured on this 16-song, 38-minute long album. And if you know a thing about Coi Leray, you'll probably know how this album turned out. Spoiler alert, it's mid. And finally, it's Kim Petras with Feed the Beast, featuring Nicki Minaj, Banks, and it has Unholy on it as a bonus track. If anyone thinks this album will actually be good, get help, because this artist is so shit. I know it's like sort of taboo because she's transgender and all, but like, she works with a sex offender anyway, DJ Luke, the fucking Dr. Luke even. Scumbag either way. But yeah, I hate this woman. I'm not doing it transphobically either. I called her a woman. Give me a break. Don't cancel me. She's just shit. 2. Right, that's it. Almost got myself cancelled, but like, come on. Who the fuck listens to Kim Petras unironically? Who does it? I need to find these people. Who the fuck enjoys hearing come on! Jesus is Lord, man. Those lyrics, maybe you do need to find God. To getting a bit too unholy. I mean, Sam Smith is satanic as fuck anyway. So, yeah. But, you know, let him be. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Where I probably rant about Kim Petras again. like, come on. Like, I get, like, the good that I suppose she technically does for, like, transgender people in the fucking music industry. But at the same time, she works with Dr. Luke, who's been accused of rape. So, like, I mean, I know it's been settled now, but, like, still. It's dodgy. And also, like, even without that, her music's shit. In a bit. Alright, so it turns out the shit that I tried to find what albums I need to listen to from, missed so many albums that I'm gonna listen to. Starting off with fucking Swans with The Beggar. 11 songs, 2 hours, 1 minute long. Don't know how I'm gonna complete that, but I will. And it's probably gonna end up being like either a 2 or a 10. As for Jason Mraz with fucking Mythical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride, giving us a tongue twister, and probably giving us mid. 10 songs, 41 minutes long, it's going to be like a 3, isn't it? Kelly Clarkson with Chemistry. I'm going through these quickly, because I've got a fucking Young Thug album I'm in the middle of. Featuring David Guetta, Steve Martin, Shayla E. 14 songs, 44 minutes long. Again, this could either be like a 2 or like an 8. 5. And then Portugal the Man with Chris Black, Changed My Life. Featuring Jeff Basker, Black Thought, Natalia Lafourcade. I thought about skipping this one and it has fucking Black Thought and Natalia Lafourcade on the same song. Jesus. It also features Unknown Mortal Orchestra, Jeff Basker again, Edgar Winter and Paul Williams. 11 songs, 34-minute song. Holy shit! That is stacked. 8. But yeah, there you are. 4 albums that I somehow managed to miss. Shout out some random guy on Facebook doing a little poll series for these. Greatest album of all time. Love ya. See ya.